If you think about general health as something that many people take for granted until you start to lose it, and that's all you can think about. So too within health, our vision health, it's part of who we are every single day until you start having problems. Then you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? I can't see as well. So I'm a scientist. I'm what we call a vascular biologist. So I study blood vessels, and blood vessels are connecting every single organ in your body, from your mouth to your brain, to your eyes, to your heart, to your lung, and your livers. And so the idea of food being something, our nutrients being delivered from what we eat through our bloodstream to our eye is absolutely vital for the ongoing health of our vision and to prevent vision loss. And I'll come back to that, talk about how do we do that.
Dr. William Li has become a trusted voice in the world of nutrition and longevity, known for his groundbreaking work on how the right foods can act as medicine for our bodies. Through his best-selling books and engaging talks, he's opened the eyes of millions to the idea that what you put on your plate each day isn't just fuel, it's powerful healing medicine. His deep wisdom comes from years of research, but what makes his message so compelling is how personal and practical he makes it. It's not about overwhelming changes or complicated rules. It's about simple choices that can truly change your life, like the incredible story you're about to hear about 3 humble fruits and their surprising impact on dry eyes. In today's video, we're diving into that very topic, how 3 common fruits became a game changer for one man's eye health. You'll hear the story of 82-year-old Xavier, who had struggled with dry eyes for years until he began following Dr. Li's advice. His journey is inspiring, and it's full of wisdom that you can start applying to your own life right now. If you or someone you love has ever dealt with irritated, scratchy, or dry eyes, this story might just shift the way you think about food and healing. So before we begin, take a second to like this video, share it with a friend who needs to hear this, leave us a comment about your own eye health journey, and subscribe so you never miss a chance to learn more about your body's natural ability to heal. This is about building a community of people who support each other's health and vitality, and you're a big part of that. Now, back to Xavier. Imagine being 82 and finding a new level of comfort and clarity in your vision, something you thought you had to live without. That was Xavier's experience. For years, his eyes felt like sandpaper. Blinking brought no relief. Reading became a chore. Walking outside, even on a cloudy day, meant constant squinting. Artificial tears helped for a moment, but they were never a long-term fix. It felt like his eyes were aging faster than the rest of him. That's when he stumbled upon Dr. Li's work on foods that protect and nourish the delicate blood vessels and nerves of the eyes. Dr. Li often speaks about angiogenesis, the body's ability to grow and prune blood vessels as needed, and how certain foods support healthy circulation to the eyes. But Xavier didn't need a science lecture. He needed relief. And what caught his attention was a simple list Dr. Li had shared in one of his videos: 3 fruits that could dramatically soothe dry eyes and support long-term eye health. The first fruit? Blueberries. You've probably heard they're good for your eyes, but do you know why? These tiny blue gems are packed with anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that help reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. Xavier began adding a handful to his breakfast every morning. He'd sprinkle them on his oatmeal or toss them into his yogurt. Not only did they add a sweet pop of flavor, but they made his mornings feel like a small act of healing. He began to notice that the burning in his eyes wasn't as constant. His vision even felt a bit crisper, like the world had taken on a higher resolution. On days when he forgot them, he realized just how much he'd come to rely on their presence, not just for taste, but for comfort. His morning routine became a moment of mindfulness, and the blueberries were like little blue notes in his daily symphony of self-care. The second fruit was one Xavier hadn't eaten much before: kiwi. Vibrantly green, and a little tart. Kiwis are rich in vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin, nutrients that play a critical role in eye health. Dr. Lee emphasizes how lutein and zeaxanthin gather in the retina, where they help filter harmful blue light and protect against oxidative stress. Xavier was skeptical at first. Could this fuzzy little fruit really make a difference? But he was curious, and more than that, he was hopeful. He started slicing a kiwi into his lunch, pairing it with nuts and cheese, or sometimes just eating it as a snack. Within a few weeks, he noticed less eye fatigue after reading and less squinting in bright light. It wasn't magic. It was food doing what it's meant to do: nourish, protect, and repair. The simple act of peeling and eating a kiwi became a small, daily ritual. He even started looking forward to that citrusy zing, that spark of green energy in the middle of his day. The third fruit might surprise you: grapes. Specifically, red or purple ones with the skin on. These are rich in resveratrol, an antioxidant that supports healthy blood vessels and may slow the effects of aging on the eyes. Xavier started freezing grapes and popping them like little candies in the afternoon. He loved how refreshing they were. And again, he began to feel that subtle shift: less dryness, less irritation, more ease. It was like his eyes had started to relax after years of being on edge. Sometimes he'd pack a small container of frozen grapes when heading to the park, letting them thaw slightly in the sun. They felt like treats, but worked like medicine. That effortless joy of eating something delicious while doing something good for his health, well, that was the real reward. Have you tried any of these fruits regularly? What's your go-to for soothing tired eyes? Drop your favorite in the comments. We'd love to hear what's worked for you. Xavier didn't overhaul his entire life. He didn't have to. He just made a small, meaningful change, adding 3 fruits into his daily routine. That one habit created a ripple effect. He started drinking more water, going for short walks to help with circulation, and being more intentional about screen time. Each of these choices supported his overall eye health and his overall vitality. Dr. Lee always talks about the synergy of food. It's not just about one miracle nutrient. It's about how everything works together in your body. When you eat blueberries, kiwi, and grapes, you're not just feeding your eyes. You're supporting your brain, your heart, your immune system. Xavier began to feel better in more ways than one. His sleep improved. His energy was steadier. He even started painting again, something he hadn't done in years because of the strain on his eyes. Now, let's be clear. Food is powerful, but it's not a replacement for medical care. Xavier still checks in with his ophthalmologist regularly, but his doctor was impressed. His tear film was more stable. The redness in his eyes had reduced. And perhaps most importantly, Xavier felt more in control of his health. That sense of agency is priceless. If you're watching this and thinking, can something this simple really help? Why not try it for yourself? Add a cup of blueberries to your breakfast. Slice up a kiwi with lunch. Toss a few grapes into your afternoon snack. Notice how your body responds. Give it a few weeks. Healing doesn't always happen overnight, but it does happen when you nourish your body consistently. Think of it as a partnership with your body, with your food, with your future self. Dr. Lee's message is one of hope and empowerment. He doesn't tell you to fear disease. He teaches you how to feed your body in a way that supports healing from the inside out. And when you start making those changes, even in small steps, you feel the shift. You start to see food differently, not as something to restrict or obsess over, but as a trusted ally. There's something powerful about hearing stories like Xavier's. They remind us that aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean refinement, wisdom, a deeper understanding of what our bodies need and how to give it to them. And if you're here watching, you're already taking that step. You're seeking out wisdom, just like Xavier did. You're curious, open, and ready to learn. So what's next for you? Maybe you start with one fruit. Maybe you share this video with a loved one who's been dealing with dry eyes. Maybe you comment below and let us know what you're hoping to learn more about in this journey toward health. Every action matters. Every small change adds up. And we're here for all of it. This isn't just a video. It's a conversation. A movement. A community built on real stories, real science, and real hope. So if you haven't yet, hit that like button. Leave us a comment. We read every single one. Share this with someone who could use a little eye health wisdom. And don't forget to subscribe, because there's so much more to explore together. You and your body are a team. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're in the process. And just like Xavier, you have the power to feel better. One bite, one choice, one day at a time.